it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side, going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Indeed it is. The Buckeye Show. Tyvis, this might be the last time you and I do the Buckeye Show together.
Yeah.
It could very well be. Unless we both fail at our next endeavor and they bring us back here.
Well, let's hope that we don't do
we're
that.
filling in again, or something like that, I guess I should say. It'll be in good hands, though. Beamer's taking over on Monday. Tim will be here tomorrow night for the grand finale of the Tim Hall on the Buckeye Show. Tonight, though, it's Tito and Tyvis, and back there behind the glass is Bodie. Tyvis.
Why can't you just call him Jacob?
He doesn't go by Jacob.
You call me Tyvis.
I call you a lot of things.
You should call. I go by the player, the athlete formerly known as Tyvis. You got to say the whole thing.
Look, dude, I like Ty Sixes. I like Ty Pack. What else? T-Pain. I like all those. Are those liquid chips you're eating over there?
No, but they smart food. This is healthy.
Let me tell you something. Just because it says smart food
healthy.
doesn't. Listen, they can put smart food on there and
70 calories per cup.
Per cup or per serving?
Per cup.
How many servings are in that bag?
I don't know.
Look on the back. 2, 3?
It just says one packet. It's 300 calories in the whole thing.
Okay. All right. Nonetheless. All right. Bodie, how are you today, man? We're both kind of sad after last night's Boston debacle.
Yeah, could be better. Could be worse. Could be better.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a
big Game 3 Saturday.
Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
Game 3.
Yeah, matinee.
Yeah.
Well,
not for Tyvis. No, it starts at 3:30.
If they were playing at 9:30, that'd be something. But
on Tyvis' schedule, that's usually dinner time, I guess, based on the fact he goes to a matinee at 9:30 a.m. By the way, Bodie, the polls that ended last night, we had Tyvis looking like Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan won that, and also, and this was the good one, 63% of the people thought he's matured in the last 9 years.
Okay,
37%.
So not like insanely overwhelming, but mostly overwhelming.
That's the most alarming part about it, is that it wasn't a landslide. And my wife saw the poll. And
Did she see it?
She said that she wished she could vote on it because.
What would she vote?
She would vote no.
We do have a big show lined up for you today.
But I told you yesterday about how significant others are your biggest haters.
We did the whole hater thing. Hate.
Just telling you.
Yes, I know. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We got some. We'll do football. We'll do basketball. We'll do. There's some scheduling stuff I want to talk about. Obviously, do the college football pulse. We'll see if Nick Saban's going to fix college sports. We will do all of that. Wrap things up as we always do with hashtag Buckeyes. But we got the news yesterday. That Josh Ojonwuna was transferring in from Baylor. He's the 6'10 center who averaged 7.5 points, 7.4 points, 6.4 rebounds a game last season before he got hurt in February it was. And I found this interesting, Tyvis. I was reading through some of the articles about it, is that so he's coming to Ohio State, which is great. Ohio State needs him. They need the size. They need the bulk. They need somebody who can do all of those things. He's not a high-volume shooter. In 3 years, he's shot 260 times. And I made like 70% of them or some crazy number, but he only shot like 2 threes, which is good. But he had a knee injury, and they're not sure. They're hopeful he can be ready to go when the season starts. But if the injury lingers, he may end up having a redshirt this year and still have 1 year left. He's got 1 year of eligibility, so we'll see what happens with that. But I love the fact I know that this is a guy. He's not coming in here with not a double guy. He's had some doubles, but nonetheless, I think exactly. They don't need someone who can score. They need someone who can defend the rim and somebody who can rebound.
Yeah, Felix Akbar is kind of his replacement. I mean, about the same size. I think Felix was about 6'10", something like that as well. Wasn't really a scorer. I mean, you could throw him a lob and he'd finish it, but he was known for defense and rebounding. And obviously, when you looked at last season, that was the one thing that was missing. Defense, somebody that could protect the cup.
Yeah.
and getting rebounds. So
the rebound thing was huge. Yeah.
I hope he is able to play this season. I know the medicine is different. Guys come back. But when you talk about taller guys, 6'10", with knee injuries, like that's always the problem with those bigger guys is that their knees or their feet.
Always makes you think of Odin.
Yeah. So if I was him, if I was Ohio State, I'd probably be cautious about it and just redshirt him this season and use him next year.
God, but you can't be. It'd be tough to be cautious. I understand what you're saying, and yes, you're right. In the grand scheme of things, yes. But boy, Ohio State needs to have a good showing this year, basketball.
Yeah, but I feel like you don't really want to rush somebody back from a knee injury.
I know you don't.
Like,
I know you don't.
It's an ACL, right?
I think it's ACL is what it is. Yeah.
Who do you think he is? Adrian Peterson?
Look, I know that it's it used to be if you tore your ACL way back when.
You was out for a whole year.
No, back then, Tyvis, even going back like a little further than that, it was a career-ending injury.
An ACL.
Yeah, ACL.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the only person who blew their leg out and I thought they would never play again.
Yeah.
Willis McGahee.
That was ugly.
In the championship game.
Oh.
I saw that. I said his leg, it came out the back of his leg. I was like, oh yeah, he's done. Like his career is over. And then I look up and here he is playing for the Baltimore Ravens. Or no, he might have been with the Bills first.
Right, the Bills first, I think it was, yeah. Yeah, the things they could do now, like even the Alex Smith injury when he got hurt for the Chiefs.
It took him a while, though.
They say he was damn near dead.
I think it took him like 2 years to get back.
Yeah, and then he got back, though, and he got back in there, which is good.
It was a tight end that messed his leg up. Heath Miller, maybe?
Ooh.
No,
it wouldn't be Heath Miller at that point.
Who did he play for?
He was with the Chiefs, wasn't he, when it happened?
No, I feel like he was with the Raiders.
Alex Smith?
No, I'm not talking about Alex Smith. I'm talking about the tight end that they messed his leg up, and he was like, I don't know if he ever played again or not, but it was a gruesome injury.
Yeah, so hopefully the guy can come back. Hopefully he will recover, Josh Ojonwuna, and we'll see. They're also waiting on that other kid from Texas Tech to see if he's going to make a decision. He's trying to go into the draft to see if they can improve his stock before we get some news on that one. But, it's he could certainly think about it. They have a 7-1 guy, the kid from Santa Clara, and then they have Ojonwuna coming in as well. I mean, you can get big at that point. You can play them both at the same time.
Are you going old school?
Oh, I would, yeah. Sometimes you have to. I think sometimes you need to, yes. But I'm just like have that kind of flexibility. They did not have that last year.
Is the 7-1 guy, does he have an offensive game?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I mean, it's like a...
Okay, so maybe can he shoot?
Yeah, he can shoot, yeah.
Like threes?
Yeah, I don't know if he can shoot threes. No, I'm not sure on that one. I know he can shoot, though. I know that he's got more of a scores mentality.
Usually you want one of the bigs to be able to shoot to keep that spacing proper.
Right. Okay, but yeah, so we'll talk quite a bit about that. By the way, hop on the YouTube chat if you want to.
Rusty Roeder said that if I shave my face, I could be a Steve Harvey stand-in.
Listen, the only person who could be Steve Harvey in a movie
Let's go.
is Gene Smith.
You think Gene Smith looked like...
Or Steve Harvey. If they made Ohio State movie Ohio State football during the Gene Smith era, Steve Harvey would play Gene Smith. Yes, I do think so.
Let me go look at Gene Smith.
Take a look at Gene Smith. And don't... look, he's a little gray. Gene Smith is down. I'm saying, look, though, at that. Look at Steve Harvey and Gene Smith. Those are the ones... I don't see Steve Harvey in you. And I'm not going to do another poll today on who you look like.
You know what? They're really not that far off. Actually.
I know they aren't.
It's not that far off.
I'm telling you. We've done that before. We had discussions about who would play certain people in movies.
I don't look nothing like Steve Harvey.
Well, you don't look anything like Denzel either, but
that's a lie.
But like who would play, like Urban Meyer or Jim Tressel in different movies if they had
Kevin
one about
Costner.
Ohio State football? Costner would play who?
Urban Meyer.
He'd play Urban Meyer?
No, did you see? Have you watched the Alex Hernandez documentary? They got a guy that played Urban in that.
Aaron Hernandez?
Aaron Hernandez, excuse me.
Wow. That's
because we was talking about Alex Smith and it was on my mind.
Take that for data.
I don't know how you got Alex Fernandez, former pitcher for the Chicago White Sox, confused with Aaron Hernandez.
I said Alex Hernandez.
Well, whatever you said.
Because I was thinking of Alex Smith.
Okay.
But have you seen that documentary?
I have not seen it, no.
It's a dude that played Urban.
And does he do a good job?
It's kind of funny to me. Like, if you know Urban and you see this, like, it's just kind of
You
funny.
got it? Yeah. That's funny. I did not check that out, but I will do a Google search on Alex Fernandez documentary when we get off the show here. Coming up next, the disrespect, the shade being thrown at the Buckeyes. That's next. Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
Every student deserves a great public education, and Ohio's dedicated public school educators make that possible. This Teacher Appreciation Week, let us know about a great teacher making a big difference in your child's life, and they could win a big prize. Submit your nomination at ohea.org/thankateacher.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding. Over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers, we're improving lives, we're reimagining healthcare.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, community banking is the lifeblood of the American financial system, building strong, lasting relationships. We're just better able to help guide you down life's road. Flexibility is paramount to success. Community banking is alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb. Come on over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Rothman and Ice.
When you have a star player, you commit to him and you worry about everything down the road. You do everything you can to capitalize on this window of time that you have.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Hey, Ohio State fan. Are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye meal at BK. For $20, you'll get one juicy flame grill Whopper sandwich, one original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of clouds around, light winds, and a comfortable finish on this Thursday. Temperatures holding around 70. Overnight will fall back down to the low 40s with mainly clear skies and a bit of a breeze. Plenty of sunshine Friday and a cool finish. Temperatures back in the mid-60s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Where Timmy Hall can start swooning over Aaron Kraft any second. It's the Buckeye Show.
Buckeye Show. Peek behind the curtain, by the way. We're in the break. Tyvis says to me, Tito, I did something I haven't done in probably 15 years.
Yeah.
And I said, what is it? And he said, the little thing called We'll See. He's going to tell us about it now. He wouldn't tell me off the air, so I hope it's worth it.
So today, I went to Sheetz before I came over here.
Okay.
And I realized I needed gas. Okay, so
Sheetz has gas.
Yes. So I didn't want to use a card. So I took cash and I went in and I paid with cash. When the last time you went in and said, give me like 50 on pump 7?
I can't remember.
That's my point. I was like, wow, I actually still remember how to do this, but it's been so long. I'm so used to getting out, hit the credit card or whatever, boom. But like to go in and drop the cash, like give me 50 on pump 7, like that type of thing.
That's what we waited for?
Yeah.
That you paid for something in cash?
Yes. When the last time you paid for something in cash?
No, I get it.
In today's society, people don't really pay in cash no more.
You know, we're living in a society. We're supposed to act in a civilized way.
Okay. That was interesting, Tyvis. I was expecting something. It's a lot bigger than that.
No, it wasn't that big.
The fact you said, wait, I'll tell you after the break. I thought, man, this could be really good.
No. I live a boring life, Tito.
Yeah.
It's things like that excite me. Like, wow, to go.
In the last 10 years, Tyvis, 4 teams have been the preseason number 1.
Okay.
Do you know who those 4 teams are? Only 4 teams in the last 10 years have been the preseason number 1 in the AP poll.
Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson.
That's right. Ohio State once, Alabama 5 times, Clemson and Georgia twice each. And this year, it could be somebody different. It could be Texas. It could be Penn State.
How is it not the defending national champions?
Well, funny you mentioned that. Mark Schlabach. Is that how you pronounce his last name, by the way, there?
I think it's Schlabach.
Schlabach.
Yeah,
Schlabach.
I think so.
Good job.
Mark
S.
Marky Mark.
Yes, Marky Mark and the ESPN bunch. He put out his way too early top 25. Number 1, he's got Penn State.
That's funny.
Number 2, he's got Clemson.
Okay.
Number 3, he's got Texas. Who do you think's at number 4?
Georgia.
And then Ohio State, number 5.
And there's Bama 6.
No.
Really?
LSU is 6.
No kidding.
Bodie's Notre Dame are 7.
Okay, time out.
That's what it is.
Tito, I don't know much about much, but I know if I'm going into a football season, I'm going to have Brian Kelly.
Right.
Or Marcus Freeman.
I'm with you, dude. Look,
come on now.
This is shade I'm talking about that was thrown to Ohio State, and also you caught some of the crossfire as well. Oregon is 8. Alabama 9. And your BYU Cougars are 10. There's another Big Ten team at 11. You know, guess who's there?
And the Wolverines?
Illinois is 11. Arizona State, South Carolina, Iowa State, SMU are 12 through 15. Texas Tech, Indiana, that's such a joke, 17. Kansas State, 18. Florida, 19. Michigan at 20. Then it closes out with Miami, the team you said is never any good anymore. Louisville, A&M, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma. So, what is more surprising to you, that Penn State is 1 or that Ohio State is 5? According to this guy. Or the Notre Dame 7, or Notre Dame behind LSU. Maybe that could be it too, because I know it's a bonus surprise.
Who did you say was 4?
4 is Georgia. 3 was Texas, 2 was Clemson, 1 was Penn State. So are you more surprised that Penn State's 1 or Ohio State's 5 in this list? It's way too early stuff, and I know. Look, folks, I know it's all
I would be, but the thing is, I can see why he says what he like. I can understand why he put it that way. In my mind, it's Penn State being 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand, like, they got their quarterback coming back. They got the offensive guys coming back as far as the running back room goes. They went and got the kid from Syracuse to play wide receiver, who was one of the best wide receivers. They got Jim Knowles. The defense has always been pretty good.
Right.
So I can see why people are like, okay, yeah, they should be favored to win. The biggest problem with them is they have James Franklin. That's like
what's the big problem? James Franklin or Drew Aller? Because Drew Aller also hasn't done much in big games.
Drew Aller also arguably is the best quarterback in the Big Ten right now.
Okay, if I gave you a chance right now to take Drew Aller or the field in the Big Ten, what would you take?
For what? This season?
Just who's going to be better this season? Will Drew Aller be the best quarterback in the Big Ten this year?
Wait, probably
not.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have the weaponry that
you just said they got the best receiver.
They got one of the one.
Okay, one of them. I'm saying I will.
I said they're one of the best receivers in the portal.
Okay, I will take Julian Sayin over Drew Aller this year.
I mean, look what he has to work with.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that Drew Aller is. I don't think he will be the best quarterback in the Big Ten this year. What
if he is?
When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong.
So let me say. Okay. What you're saying is, at worst, he could be the second best quarterback in the Big Ten.
When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong.
That's what I meant to go with before. I'd say I was wrong. I don't think he will be. Statistically, I don't think he will be.
No, I'm saying. So you're saying he's going to be the second best quarterback in the Big Ten?
I think he'll be top 5. I don't know about the rest. I mean,
You think Dylan Raiola's better?
No, I don't think Dylan Raiola's better.
Do you think the kid from the Wolverine, the freshman?
I think Luke Altmaier might be better.
You think Luke Altmaier is better than Drew?
I think he might be better than Drew Aller.
Drew sure won that game when they went head to head.
Right. You know what, though? Part of the problem is, though, Tyvis, is that sometimes I look at these guys and I see, like, the guys that are hyped, and
I like Luke Altmaier. He was a baller last year. He kind of fell off a cliff, but go ahead.
And then I remember, like, I start thinking about, and this is why I probably shouldn't be doing sports talk radio. Just so one of the reasons is that I will sometimes
Morning Juice.
Right, morning. By the way, tune into Morning Juice.
Monday
Yes,
morning, 6 a.m.
But I will sometimes I look at Drew Aller getting all the hype, and I think, you know what? People were pretty hyped about Christian Hackenberg, too, at one point.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's going to be really good. He could go right now in the NFL draft, be the number 1 quarterback. They were saying about Hackenberg, and now he probably took your money at Sheetz when you paid with cash today.
That's messed up. He threw me a nice gift. Nice gift. It was one of those. When he threw that interception to me, it was the most disrespectful thing. Like, I blanket Chris Godwin on this play. Like, I don't even know why he believed that Chris Godwin would catch this ball. He tried me. He tried me, Tito. I felt disrespected.
So you're saying you didn't earn that interception?
No, he shouldn't have never threw it.
I'm saying you didn't earn it. That was like one of those, like, you would just say, hey, Tyvis didn't make a great play there. The quarterback made a bad decision.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's one of the. If you go watch the play, you'll be like, why did he even throw this ball? Like, what was he thinking? Like that it was dumb. And then I see this kid get drafted in the 3rd round to the Jets or something like that.
It was like 3rd or 4th, whatever it was, the Jets. And then, like I say, I don't know what the hell he's doing now.
Well, he got a couple dollars.
Rusty wants to know, does Tyvis use cash so his wife doesn't see all the candy he would buy on the bank card? You know what, Rusty? That's a fair question.
No, it's not.
It's a fair question. No, I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying if you're a reporter, that's a good question to ask you, Tyvis, when you say that. That's a good question.
Do I look like a big time candy eater?
By the way,
I'm drinking zero.
That's fine. You're drinking zero. Okay, you're drinking zero here.
Gatorade Zero.
Okay,
the orange one.
I have
0 calories.
I have a feeling you made other dietary decisions earlier today that would counteract your smart chips.
The only thing I had was Chipotle. I had a bowl from Chipotle. Not even the tortilla today, just a straight bowl.
All right. And also, Panamanian wants you to know Sheets Pumps takes Apple Pay. You could have done that also.
I could have did that. I could have done that, but I had the cash right there.
I got you. Did they break your 100 okay or not?
Yeah.
I figured they would. Yeah, that's all you carry is Benjamins, dude. I know that. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows it. Like, seriously, Tyvis, if I ever need money, I will stand outside the studio after doing morning juice and wait for you to come out.
You think I'm bad? You should have seen when I was in Seattle and Sherm was giving me some money. He said, go. He gave me his keys to his Porsche. He said, go in my Porsche and look in the armrest and grab the money out of there. I opened that man's armrest. It was so many Benjamins down there. I should have took some more. I should have took some extra ones just because.
See, that's how many did you take?
He owed me $1,400.
How? God, I don't know. Look,
so I took $1,400.
Anytime I bring anything up like this, I'm always afraid of Wynn's getting vacated somehow.
How is Wynn's getting vacated?
Did he give you the money? Did you give? Was there some kind of exchange when you were in college? I don't know.
I was in the league.
I know you were in the league at that point, but I never know with this stuff. So,
Sherm gave me $1,400.
Why did he owe you $1,400? I can't believe we're having this conversation. Why did Richard Sherman?
We got to go to break.
Why did he owe you $1,400?
I'll tell you when we come back from break. In 2 minutes, actually.
That's not good enough. In 2 minutes, the Big Ten already does it. Will the SEC? That's next. And also, why did Richard Sherman owe Tyvis Powell $1,400? That wasn't on the show sheet, folks. That's next. Buckeye Show.
Get Eco.
Aaron, I love that we fix ACs for free.
I don't think we do that, Jerry.
Get Eco.
Stay with me, Aaron. I'm going to explain to you how it works.
You're going to explain to me how my own invention works?
Get Eco.
Step 1. Some other HVAC company tells a customer that they need a whole new system.
Yes.
And then they call us.
They can always call us, Jerry.
Get Eco.
And then we repair their system for free.
No, then they pay us.
But we give the money back, right?
We give them back all the money they paid us to fix their old system when they finally do need a new one.
Up to $1,500, right?
Right.
Aaron, we're fixing HVAC systems for free.
Get Eco.
We extend the life of their system.
That's right.
Those extra years are free. On me.
Get Eco.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. And no matter what tasty choice you make, our low prices add up to big savings. Plus, you get over $600 in digital coupons each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump and points. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Brace yourselves for more Buckeye banter. This is the Buckeye Show.
Tyvis, that's always my biggest fear. Like when I've had we had McGuff on. I think I was with you, wasn't I? We had McGuff on?
Yeah.
And we asked about the transfers that were coming in.
Yeah, you can't talk about it.
Right, I said up front, I said, hey, I just want to make sure. So, I've got that in my head. The last thing I want to do, look, there's reasons to hate me. I don't want you to hate me because I get Ohio State in trouble. So you say you're getting $1,400.
I was in the
and a
league.
Tattoo from Sherman.
First of all,
and I want to make sure.
I never met Sherman until I got to Seattle.
Look, I got to make sure on that stuff. Tyvis.
First of all, hold on, wait a minute. Let's get something clear.
Yes.
Tyvis never broke rules, okay? There's nothing that I did where I broke rules.
If you broke rules at Ohio State, would you tell me? On the air, would you say
that's the statute of limitation?
You would say on the air, you know what? I did take money. You would do that?
Yeah, but I didn't take no money. So
See, I think you would say
I'm
no.
a very honest guy.
I know you are. I know. Okay. I believe you are. I believe you are.
So why would I lie? If you asked me a question, I would answer the question truthfully.
That's fine. I wouldn't blame you if you lied about it.
I owe it to the fans to be honest with them and transparent.
You owe it to the fans to not run that ball out of the end zone after the interception, but that's a whole other story.
What are you talking about?
You ran it.
I did my job. I did my job.
I'm not going to fight with you on our last Buckeye show together.
Anyway.
Can you tell me why on earth would Richard Sherman owe you $1,400 and he had just a portion of that is all you took out of his armrest in his Porsche?
Well, Sherman's a nice guy, okay?
Damn nice.
He gets a bad rep, but he's actually a pretty decent guy, all right? So this is what happened. So when I was in Seattle as a rookie, I had bought these UGG slippers, right? And I walked into the DB room and I had these UGG boot slippers, right?
Yeah.
And all the players was like, man, them is nice. So my DB coach, Coach Dre, he go, hey, I like them. I wear a size 10. Or I think he said a size 11. And I laughed. I was like, okay, whatever. So the next day, I come in there with the Uggs on again. He go, I was serious. As a matter of fact, who else in here wants some Uggs? Powell is going to get us all some Uggs. So write your sizes down, and he going to buy some Uggs. So I'm thinking they kid. They was dead serious about this. Now, mind you, I'm an undrafted guy. I've already had the jet ski incident where all my bonus money went to the jet ski
I never heard that story either.
You never heard the jet ski incident?
No.
Okay, side note, jet ski. We went out. It was OTAs. We went out and we got on the jet skis after OTAs. So it was like OTAs was done on a Friday. That Friday after practice, they wanted to go riding on jet skis. So we go on the jet ski. I'm sitting there in the water on the jet ski. My jet ski is turned off, but my friend Dre's jet ski is on. And he just drifting towards me, and I'm drifting towards him. And my jet ski runs into his jet ski, and it puts a hole in it.
Right.
So they say, well, you got to pay for this jet ski. And the jet ski to repair the damages was like $8,000 because he's like, I gotta pull it out the water. I'm losing money on that, so you got to pay for that, and you got to pay to get it repaired. So he was like $8,000. So my signing bonus was $8,000. So I had to give up my whole signing bonus. Make a long story short, now fast forward back to this incident. Sherm knew about that, and he gave me half the money back. He was like, here. He was like, your jet ski is here. Take 4,000 back. So I had 4,000. This comes about, and buying all of these Uggs cost me like $1,400.
Right.
And he was like, don't worry about it. I'll give you the money back for buying them all. So that's why he owed me $1,400. He didn't owe it to me, but he gave it to me.
Bodie, do you buy that story? Do you really think that's the reason Richard Sherman, do you think that's the reason why Tyvis went into Richard Sherman's Porsche and took $1,400 in bills out of there?
Yeah, Tyvis, I think, is a pretty honest guy. So
you think I'd make this up?
I don't. It's a great story.
It's pretty. I don't know. It's like pretty strong details if it was going to be a fake story. If you made that up on the fly,
sit there and just
which I don't think you, and I don't think you did.
But good liars can do that.
I'm not a liar.
I told
Tyvis has never come across as a liar.
When have I ever got on the air and told a lie?
I don't know.
Never.
You have said Jeremiah Love's not going to be the best running back in college football.
I never said that. I never said that. I actually said the opposite. I said I hate the fact that he's actually a really good player, and I can't hate on him like that. That's what I said. I've never came on here and lied.
I mean, I lied to Man and Bone about me being a tap dancer when I was younger.
Why?
They still believe, just because it was funny.
See, I don't do that.
I told them, and they bought it. I think that until just now, probably the first time it's been on the air, that, I mean, obviously you look at me, I said, yeah, when I was a lot younger, I used to do competitive tap at elementary school. And I told them that, and I also told them I was the 1985 Ohio State Fair Golden Gloves runner-up middleweight division.
But see, now you come off as a liar.
Well, with those guys, I don't care if I lie with those guys.
Anything you say, people got to take it with a grain of salt.
That's fine. You know what? That's fine. It's my whole life.
See, I like to just tell the truth.
I understand that. But,
just remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.
That's what I live by. Mark says, no way a drifting jet ski cost even $2,000 worth of damage.
I said the same thing, but listen, I wasn't about to sit here and argue with this man. Like,
when you got Richard Sherman, you got Richard Sherman's bag with you. It's like, whatever.
Take the money, bro.
I'm sure you probably told him, hey, charge me double.
No.
It's Sherm's money. I don't care.
No, Sherm didn't know about the incident until after the fact. After I already paid for it.
So you went and bought $1,400 worth of Uggs?
Yeah. It was like, in the DB room, it was like 11 people plus the coach, or like 12, 13, to coach and an assistant, so 13 pairs of Uggs.
Oh, it's such a different world. I can't imagine just walking to a shoe store.
No, you didn't. No, I ordered it offline and I shipped it to the facility. So like they just showed up and I had them for them.
I was going to do this thing with the Big Ten, something with that, but I kind of mega teased it. And now I'm not going to get to it, but I will do it. Listen, that's fine. You know what? This show is completely off the rails. It's our last Buckeye show together. Rusty again, man. Tyvis said he could run a 4.6 today. That's a lie. I tell you.
That's true. He claims he could steal a base on a major league
That's
catcher.
Also. Hey, he could guard Jeremiah Smith.
We could figure that out.
He could guard Jeremiah Smith. He could shut him down.
You know what the crazy thing is if I ever get these opportunities and I do it, like, I want Rusty to apologize. I want a public apology for Rusty, not in the chat. I want him to go on Twitter and say, I publicly apologize for doubting Tyvis's athleticism. I wasn't familiar with his game.
Listen.
That's what I want him to say.
There's no doubt you're an athlete, but you're not the athlete you were.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Look, we can do this all day. Look, we're supposed to, you and DeVere, it never happened. And me doing it, like you saying that you could run a 4.6 or you doing these other things we're talking about. It's just like me saying I'm a tap dancer. I'm never going to prove it. I'm not going to do it. So, like, you're never going to do it either, so it doesn't matter. That's, I tell you, Rusty's all over you. I'm not going to say the next thing he said. You can look at it in the chat. But Rusty's having a lot of fun at your expense. All right, coming up next, I promise you, I will tell you, unless Tyvis has some more stories about taking money from Richard Sherman's Porsche. The Big Ten already does it. Will the SEC? That's next. Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
When you're on the go, every minute counts. Meyer Home Delivery and Pickup helps you make the most of every second. Get all your weekly shopping done online, quickly and easily, from wherever you are, whenever you want. Have your Meyer order delivered to your home by the service awarded #1 in grocery delivery. Or pick it up yourself while out and about, whatever works for your schedule. The good life is in reach with Meyer Home Delivery and Pickup. See Meyer.com for details.
Donato's is bringing you huge savings on a large pizza. For a limited time, get any large one-topping Donato's pizza for just $10.99 when you order online and pick it up. That's right, just $10.99. I'm going with that pepperoni. But hey, you pick your favorite topping, then pick up your large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 when you order online using promo code PICKUP. That's promo code PICKUP. Pick up your Donato's and save today.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture expert technicians who are quick but not rushed. When you hear the bell, breathe in and out. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today and find automotive peace. No appointment needed.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
Fish has been named the third best sports program director in the country. The two dudes who finished ahead of him are dead. So we're declaring him the winner. You're listening to the home of champions, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit CasterConnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution specialists.
It's the Buckeye Show, where our diet is football. And whatever diet Tyvis is on today.
The Buckeye Show is presented by Coors Light.
The barely eaten diet.
Chipotle a couple times a day. Join the Fan on Saturday, June 21st in Westerville for the inaugural 971 The Race. Register now at 971therace.com. Join Common Man T-Bone, Tyvis Powell, and Eric Reeser on June 21st for a day of activities, food, live music, and fun. The race includes a 1-mile walk run, a 5K fun run. That sounds fun. And if you're a total psycho, a 9.71 kilometer run. We like to think of this as more fun, less run, but our insurance says we can't give you free beer unless there's fitness involved. So come out, do some moving, hang with us on June 21st. We can't take credit for the timing, but June is Men's Health Month, so let's be active together. Come do it with us on Saturday, June 21st in Westerville, 971therace.com to register and for more information. Tyvis, the Big Ten in football, as you are well aware, plays 9 conference games a year.
Yes.
The SEC plays 8. And there's now talks that ESPN, who is, they've got the SEC package now with their ESPN, ABC, and all that stuff, that they are willing to pay for the SEC to play 9 conference games instead of 8. This was it's also on The Athletic. They have talked about ESPN potentially paying somewhere around $50 to $80 million more annually on top of their current deal. Right now, they pay $811 a year to broadcast sporting events, and according to the report in The Athletic, they would be willing to pay another $50 to $80 million if the SEC went to 9 games. Now, the SEC had 3 teams in the CFP this past season. There were arguments about why, Ole Miss should have been, or Alabama, or whatever. And if you all of a sudden play 9 conference games in the SEC, that 9th game for some of these teams won't be a cupcake. It won't be like the Georgia Southern maybe they're used to playing, or the Citadel, or whatever it is, So
they got to get rid of Cupcake Week.
They may, or they may just they may soften up somewhere else, but I'm just saying, in all likelihood, for some of these teams, it'll be a tougher game. And
good.
It feels to me, though, what's going to happen, though, Tyvis, is the SEC, I believe, will agree to this if the CFP expands.
And they get 4 guaranteed.
And they get guaranteed. And I think that will be where the negotiation goes.
Isn't that what they're currently negotiating? Them in the Big Ten.
They're talking about they want but I would think I feel like the SEC is going to make that. They would say to ESPN. By the way, ESPN, who broadcasts all the bowl games except for like one or two, and they do have the CFP, the rights to CFP right now, and for the foreseeable future. I feel like the SEC is going to say, "Hey, we're not going to do that unless." Expand the field, we get guaranteed for. And ESPN then, and with some of the people they talk to, and with the committee and people make the rules, say, look, we really like the idea of expanding the field in the SEC and Big Ten getting 4 teams each. I think that's what will have to happen. But I don't know if the SEC will agree to do this until there's something like that in place.
What I will say is, I think, given the circumstances that how you had the Ole Misses and the Alabamas, not make the play. Didn't Georgia play 9 SEC games last year?
I don't think anybody played 9 SEC games unless you count the conference championship. No, I don't think they did.
But they had one of the toughest schedules.
Yeah.
Georgia did.
Yeah, Georgia had a tough schedule, I believe, yes.
And they finished 10-2?
I mean, they played Clemson at a conference in game 1. And then I think just the way they stacked up the SEC, like they just played a lot of the good teams. Like they played Ole Miss, Bama.
Because I know it was a big uproar about it.
Georgia played the game against Clemson in Atlanta, and they rolled them there. Then they played Tennessee Tech. Don't underestimate the Golden Eagles. They squeaked out that win at Kentucky 13-12.
Kentucky was pretty good. I think they won, one conference game last
something
year.
Like that, yeah. But they're a lot better on paper. They lost at Alabama. They beat Auburn. They beat Mississippi State. They won at Texas. They won against Florida. They lost to Ole Miss. They had Tennessee. Then they had that UMass game, which the Minutemen, you can never really count them out. So they played the Minutemen and Tennessee Tech. They played Georgia Tech to end the season. Then they played against Texas in the SEC Championship.
They lost to Georgia Tech, right?
They won it in 8 overtimes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's a crazy game. You're not going to go in there against a team like Georgia Tech. The rambling record,
home.
Georgia Tech.
That game was at home.
Yeah, you're not going to. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Throw the records out when Georgia Tech's in the game because
how'd they do in the postseason?
You know what, Bodie? I knew you would get around to that. I think they were one and done, but I can't remember who they played. But it was in Louisiana.
I think they lost the Sugar Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
It was in Caesars Superdome. I know that. It was a 4 o'clock kickoff, and I can't remember the other team that won. But yeah, so that was their schedule last year.
Okay.
But do you think they should? Do you think they should, and will they go to 9 games?
I feel like if everybody else is at 9, why not them too? Like, I understand that they believe that their conference is the most powerful, top to bottom.
Right.
And they probably are. But if you want this thing to be fair, if everybody else is playing 9, why do you get to play 8? Like, I don't think that's...
It's okay. It's never going to be fair anymore because of the way the schedules are worked out with an 18-team or 16-team conference where you're not playing everybody and you're rotating things through. No one's ever going to play like before when the Big Ten had 10 teams and they played 9 conference games. Everybody played everybody at home. They home and home every other year. What it was, and that was fair. That was completely fair. But now with the Big Ten, you look at like the schedule Indiana had last year versus like the schedule Purdue had last year. Totally different. And so some teams are going to get lucky and be more fortunate about the fact, that you might have 9 games, but, you might have 2 tough ones and somebody else might have 4 tough ones. It kind of depends on how you're going to. And when you talk about, you got to protect a rivalry game, Ohio State having to play Michigan every year. Michigan should be good every year. They should be.
We can't talk right now. So.
And Ohio State's always going to play Michigan. Whereas, what's Indiana's Indiana Purdue? That's their rivalry. Purdue is never going to be that good, and Indiana's usually not either. Like you look at things that way.
Wow, they got Kirk Cignetti now, so things should change.
I've already told you. Listen,
if they do it again, they get 10 wins this season. What are you going to do?
No, listen, you're trying to talk me into something. That you're trying to Paul Pierce me is what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me to say something ridiculous, and you watch Indiana somehow win like their 10th game being against the Crap City Bowl or something against Akron can't play because they're not eligible this year. But
if they win 10-2 for the regular season, would you admit that they might be a good team in the Big Ten? And Kirk Cignetti does a great job? Or would you say that's 2 back-to-back fluke years? What is their schedule? Let me look at their schedule.
Yeah, before I say anything like that, before I'm willing to apologize or say I was wrong about it, I would need to know what their schedule, how it shapes out in 20. Okay, I've got it right here. You've got it over there too, I'm sure.
Old Dominican.
Florida International, Western Illinois, the Leathernecks, at UCLA in front of 500 people.
Wait a minute. What schedule are you looking at?
I was looking at 2024. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the wrong one.
What are you talking about?
I was telling you, they'll be 4-0 after those
Old
games.
Dominion,
Kennesaw State, even better. Indiana State. Okay, they're 3-0 right there.
Okay,
that's 3 wins.
All right, now they got to play Illinois.
In Bloomington and at Iowa. They should lose both of those. At Oregon, that's 3 losses. Schedule Michigan State for homecoming. That's disrespectful. Host UCLA. At Maryland. At Penn State, that's a loss. Host Wisconsin.
So okay.
So I got 4 losses on their schedule right now. So
you see this. All right, if they finish with a 10-win season, what would
if they go 10-2?
10-2. Okay,
so we're not counting anything postseason.
No.
Just regular season.
10-2 regular season. And you see the schedule. And it's they got some games. They got some tough ones. Illinois, Oregon, Penn State.
Okay. If they do, I will buy an Indiana hat and an Indiana jersey.
Okay.
And wear it on Morning Juice.
All right.
That's what I'll do.
Clip it.
That's fine. Clip that. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Look, they're going to lose to Illinois, at Oregon, and at Penn State. That's 3 losses right there.
If they beat one of them, you going to be shaking in your boots.
They won't beat one of them. They might lose at Iowa. They might lose to Wisconsin.
Okay.
They could lose at Purdue, big-time rivalry game.
They got the quarterback figured out. They got the kid from Cal?
That's
Mendoza.
fine. I'm telling you. I've already told you, they will never have a year as good as this one under Kurt Cignetti.
Well, he doesn't matter because he got paid.
That's fine. I'm saying, though, but last year was a total fluke. Last year was a complete fluke for Indiana.
Do you feel like the Big Ten conference is that far off from the SEC as far as top to bottom goes? Is our bottom is SEC's bottom tier that much better than our bottom tier?
No, I don't think it's that much better.
So why is it okay for us to do 9 conference games but not them?
Well, just because it's you might look at somebody, though. There might be somebody because the unbalanced schedule, Tyvis. That's why I'm saying, like, okay, you want to say 9, Indiana, but it depends what the 9th one is.
Okay, so Indiana just benefited from that, but that I don't
like Indiana avoids Ohio State this year. They avoid Michigan this year. They avoid USC this year. Not like USC's that great, but they avoid USC.
You're saying they're like USC.
No, I'm just saying, but they avoid those teams, though. They avoid those teams right there. And like we looked at last year, we talked about the Purdue schedule. And Purdue had to play, they played Notre Dame. They played at Wisconsin, at Illinois. They played Oregon. They played at Ohio State. They've hosted Penn State. That's a brutal schedule for Purdue.
To be fair, they could have played some high school teams last year.
There was some, yes, no doubt about it. Yes. I mean, yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, though, just look, a schedule like that, though.
Wisconsin got a schedule like that this year.
They do.
And ain't nobody going to say nothing about it.
They're at Alabama this year as well. That's the tough part about Wisconsin this year. Wisconsin's got.
They play Alabama. They play the Wolverines, us, Oregon.
They're at Alabama.
Illinois.
They're at Michigan. They're at Oregon.
This is like the Georgia schedule from last year. It's
a tough schedule, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, even if they go to 9 conference games, it doesn't mean it's going to be balanced in any way.
So let me ask you this. If Ohio State had this Wisconsin schedule, would you be still worried like that?
I think in a 12-game schedule like that one, I think Ohio State would go 13-0. That's how confident I am. I think they would win one more game than they played.
Then that perfectly means that everybody should play 9 conference games. Thank you.
All right, coming up next, top of the hour, we'll do the College Football Pulse with Bodie. That's next. Buckeye Show on the Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye Meal at BK. For $20, you'll get one juicy flame grill Whopper sandwich, one original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye Meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
That's are us. When dreams don't end, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't end, that's are us.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10 TV and The Fan to launch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes who are going above and beyond in their communities. Newman Roofing wants to recognize the volunteers, educators, first responders, and everyday difference makers who are making a meaningful impact in their towns to be recognized on 10 TV and The Fan. Stay tuned as we begin announcing the selected honorees who truly embody the spirit of Newman Roofing's commitment to community.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus, The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Buddy Wells. Baseball tonight. The Reds will wrap up their 4-game set against the Braves in Atlanta. Nick Lodolo's on the bump as Cincinnati looks for a second straight win and the series split. First pitch is here shortly at 7:15. As for the Guardians, they enjoyed an off day today. They'll be back at it tomorrow night when they host the Phillies for the first of 3 in Cleveland. Just one game in the NBA playoffs tonight. Golden State is on the road for Game 2 against the Timberwolves in Minnesota. The Warriors lead the series 1 game tonight. Tip-off is at 8:30. No Steph Curry tonight for the Dubs as he's out with a hamstring strain. Tomorrow night, the Cavaliers will meet the Pacers in Indianapolis for Game 3. Tip-off tomorrow night is at 7:30. Cleveland is trying to get themselves back in the series as Indiana is ahead 2-0. And we got a pair of Game 2s in the Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. Carolina and Washington are just about to get started here in the nation's capital. The Canes lead there 1-2-0. And in the nightcap, Edmonton is on the road against Vegas at 9:30. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
It's time for the Pulse. It's Tito, it's Tyvis, and now it's the star of the show. Probably not going to do many more Buckeye shows after this week, I don't think. But it's not because he's not good at his job. Bodie, what the heck do you have for us?
Because I love Ohio State so much, Tito. I said, we got to get you off this show. We'll start here, guys.
Too much homerism. We can't have that on the Buckeye Show.
Yeah. This one comes from Will Backus at CBS Sports. He put together his teams outside of the preseason top 10 that are good long shot bets to win the national championship. For context, he used the top 10 list that CBS Sports put together here short while ago. And the top 10 for that is Ohio State, Texas, Penn State, Clemson, Georgia, Oregon, Notre Dame, LSU, Alabama, and Florida. They have Florida at number 10. Pretty high there for the Gators. But nevertheless, outside of those 10 teams, Florida was kind of pretty sneaky competitive last year, especially when Lagway was healthy and playing. By the way, I cannot believe Graham Mertz got drafted. That is a very side nugget there, but when I saw that on the Saturday while I was watching the draft, he was their second best quarterback on a 7-5 Florida team. I mean, that's the same round that the two guys who went to the national championship game got drafted in.
It's the same guy that Urban Meyer went to bat for. He really wanted him, so...
Well, missed on that one. Nevertheless, here are his best long shot bets. Got 5 teams here. He's got Michigan at plus 2,800, Miami at plus 3,700, Arizona State at plus 12,000, Illinois at plus 15,000, and Iowa State at plus 20,000.
Well,
I don't like none of them. Like if I
Cam Scadaboo's not walking through that door.
If I had to put my money down, I guess I'd go Illinois.
I would go Miami if I had money down.
You're insane.
They've got Carson Beck there now.
Who? I'm going to go Lane Kiffin. Did you see what happened? When did they watch him play us?
I understand. I understand.
He got how much? Did they watch him play us?
I think out of that group.
For that.
I'm not taking Michigan. I think Miami's got the best shot out of that group. I'm not taking Arizona State.
Why not Illinois?
I think Illinois could sneak in, but I just don't.
Luke Altmaier, the best quarterback in the Big Ten. Then you just
first of all, I never said he was the best quarterback. I don't. Now you're putting words in my mouth.
What'd you say?
I said he's gonna. I think he's better than Drew Aller. That's what I said. But I also think that Julian Sainz is going to be better than Drew Aller.
Can be mentioned when it winning the national championship, but Luke Altmaier, who's
not
better,
my book, not in my world. Nope. Penn State.
Is quarterback the most important part of the national championship?
I usually think defensive backs are, but that's just me.
I mean, that's a fact.
Iowa State, I don't see them doing it. I know they made it to the Big 12 championship game last year, but Arizona State and Iowa State.
It's time for Matt Campbell to do something big.
I can't get a read any year ever on the Big 12.
That's what I was going to say. I kind of think Arizona State and Iowa State, I would not exactly pick them to win the national championship, but if you're just trying to get a team into the playoff,
right?
Like they're not bad shots. I think Colorado might be in a little bit of a rebuild after losing the second overall pick.
They got the one quarterback.
That's true.
The fact that you said one quarterback tells me all I need to know about it.
Was he?
Juju.
Yeah,
Lewis.
Julie something. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that guy.
That dude. Yeah,
his number's already retired.
Yeah.
Would that be something what would they do if he does have like a better career than Shedeur? Would they retire?
No, they would retire somewhere now.
No chance.
Well, that's you can't do that.
Why not? It's Deion. Deion do whatever the hell he wants to do.
Deion does.
There's been a lot better players at Colorado in the past that have never had their number retired.
Like Cordell Stewart?
Cordell Stewart. I don't know if Rashawn Salam's ever had his. I'm not sure on that one either. But there's better players than Sanders.
Travis Hunter's one thing.
Yeah, he won the Heisman.
Shedeur was kind of. Right. But yeah, looking at those two, I looked at it here just to pull it up real quick. Both Iowa State and Arizona State don't really play much out of conference. But yeah, you kind of said it there, Tito. Like trying to pick the Big 12 is like throwing. Well, I don't really know, but I was trying to come up with an analogy there.
But I agree.
Nothing was at the tip of the tongue.
But I agree with what you're saying.
It's just, I mean, I almost wonder if this guy didn't pick them both as best, pick those two out of the Big 12 as his best long shot bets, because it's like, well, they were both in the Big 12 championship game last year. But
why not BYU?
I don't know, man. Sure. I mean, I don't know. Like, you could convince me of just about anything with the Big 12.
There's a school you're forgetting, Tyvis.
Rich Rod's back.
That's not happening.
There's a school you're forgetting.
Speaking
it's
of,
purposely.
Did you guys see Cam Rising did hang up his cleats?
Yes,
he announced that.
Medically retired.
Yeah.
By the way, he didn't get drafted this year. Okay?
He did not. I thought he was coming back.
So did I,
but somehow missed that news. But
nonetheless, that's like the old Chris Rock thing about Rihanna. You know, it's like he could say medically retired. You know what? I'm medically retiring from the Buckeye show. That's what I'm doing after the show. I am done because I'm going to medically retire. Not because they said I'm not doing it anymore. I'm medically retired.
Yeah, I like that. Next up here, guys, we will go to some recruiting. Jared Curtis, a quarterback out of Nashville Christian School in Nashville, Tennessee. He committed to Georgia earlier this week, choosing the Bulldogs over the Oregon Ducks. It's actually his second commitment to Kirby Smart's program. He originally committed to the Dogs back in March of 2024. Then he decommitted last October, and now he's back in the fold, for now at least. He would be the highest-rated quarterback to sign with Georgia out of high school since... You guys should know
Matt
this.
Stafford.
Nope.
Carson Beck.
Nope. Come on now.
Stetson Bennett.
This kid eventually did play for the Buckeyes.
What?
Justin Fields.
Oh.
Justin Fields was a 6-star.
Exactly. He lived up to the hype, too.
I forgot that. He
on the
did.
24/7 Sports composite rankings, as of now, he is the number 1 quarterback and number 2 player overall. So, I don't know. Georgia kind of really... It's been a minute since they've had a top-flight quarterback, even though they've done a lot of winning in the time under Kirby Smart, even without great quarterbacks. They've landed a lot of highly rated guys, though. Like, obviously, Fields transferred out and came here to Columbus, but even a lot of the guys, I think Carson Beck was pretty highly rated. Yep. Jacob Eason, I think, was pretty highly rated. Who was the kid that played there and took him to the title game when they lost to Bama? Starts with an A, I think. It's on the tip of my... No, Jacob Fromm. That's who I was trying to... Jake Fromm. Yep. He was highly rated. Yeah, Fromm from State Farm. But nevertheless, none of them have really kind of panned out as, like, super great quarterbacks. But, I don't know, they keep winning.
He picked Georgia over Oregon writing blank checks.
Well...
I'm guessing he's probably going to make a pretty penny for the Dogs, too.
I would think he's going to do just fine. Yeah. Look, he's not going to be getting food stamps. He's going to be just fine. Okay. He'll be okay on that one. I think that, but like any more of these guys go first, it's guys rarely stay at the school they're going to anymore, especially quarterbacks.
It's exactly what I was going to say. Like, you want to bring in as many as you can and load up. Like, I think what Ryan Day does. And he was maybe not the very first to do it, but I think he was on the earlier side of things. Just bring them in. And if you transfer out, see ya.
Yeah, I know. And
if you don't pan out, who cares? But one of them will.
Somebody's going to. And, you know, you want to be in the, like Ryan Day, I think last year bringing in Will Howard was an anomaly from him as far as like, I'm going to go out there and transform and get a guy who can start this year for me. Because I think you also have to be careful of that, especially with the quarterback position. Because if you keep recruiting 3 or 4 guys or whatever, you got like a bunch of, like right now, Ohio State's got Aaron Nolan's gone. But I mean, they've got Julian Sain in the room. They've got Lincoln Keenholz, and they got Tavion St. Clair. If all of a sudden Ryan Day started bringing in like Carson Beck, you would lose guys like St. Clair. You would lose guys like Sand who would go out of the program. Then I think that that Ryan Day's doing it right. But I'd be surprised if this guy spends his entire career at Georgia.
He got a little gun on him. I like that. He got a little cannon. I see why people are high on him.
You got one more for us there, Bode?
Yeah, I'll sneak in one more here. The Big 12's Board of Directors voted to give Commissioner Brett Yormark a 3-year contract extension. The conference announced earlier this week. The extension will run through 2030. He had originally agreed to a 5-year deal back in 2022 that would have gone through 2027, of course. The Big 12 presidents are rewarding Yormark's work of stabilizing and modernizing the Big 12 in the wake of Oklahoma and Texas leaving back in 2021. I think this makes a lot of sense. There was kind of a time where after the Big 10 and SEC made their moves, there was a little bit of a dark night scene where we're having tryouts and somebody's going to die and somebody's going to live, fellas. And the Big 12 and ACC for now have survived. The Pac-12 died.
It's one of those things where like that old scene from like The Office I remember seeing where like they're all pointing fake imaginary guns at each other. And that's what the Big 12, the ACC, and the Pac-12 were doing. Is they were like, one of them was going to go under.
Yeah.
And we weren't sure which one it was going to be, but one of them was going to absorb some of the teams or whatever. One of the conferences was going to die. And since
it was the Pac,
it was a Pac. It's 2-pack. That's it's T-Pac over here. But that's what it was. And so for that, yes, he deserves an extension.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm just saying.
Like, does it really? You think he deserves an extension?
I think. Look, if you're one of the 3, if you're not the one who got eliminated, then yes.
What? He was. He should have been.
They should have been. I'm with you, but he wasn't. And so the fact that he wasn't is why you keep him and the why you give him the extension, because he got them through that.
What TV deals they got?
I don't know the TV deal. I don't know what the TV deal's worth, but
I couldn't tell you
because I don't watch it.
Strong basketball conference as well.
Very
I know
strong basketball
takes
conference,
the money,
yes.
but makes the money. But
yep. All right.
Good for them. I ain't gonna hate on them.
You just did.
No, I didn't.
I felt like you just hated on him. You just said he should have been fired. That's what you said. Coming up next, we'll switch to the scheduling on the hardwood. Should the Big Ten follow lead of the ACC? We will do that next. Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 6-packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture expert technicians who are quick, but not rushed. When you hear the bell, breathe in and out. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today and find automotive peace. No appointment needed.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams, the agile get it done teams, the achieve more together teams, and the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers, we're improving lives, we're reimagining healthcare.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no! Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Looking for a very special way to commemorate the 9th National Championship in Ohio State football history? Then check out the beautiful Ohio State timepieces at OxiaTime.com. Oxia has created a series of heirloom quality designs to celebrate the Buckeyes, including the limited edition Ryan Day autograph box sets. Equally impressive to the quality of their products is the quality of the people behind these watches. Go to OxiaTime.com to learn more on their backstory and claim your piece of Ohio State history. That's AXIATime.com.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership is better than ever. Save up to $1,100 each year on gas, groceries, delivery fees, and streaming options. With double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and exclusive savings for members, there's so much to love about Boost. Sign up for a Boost membership today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of clouds around, but dry and mild on this Thursday. Temperatures holding around 70. Overnight will fall back down to the low 40s, and after a cool start Friday, plenty of sunshine by the afternoon. Temperatures back in the mid-60s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The best sports talk in the Big Ten lives right here. Now back to the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Starting Monday, May 12th, the new Morning Juice with Bobby Carpenter and some guy named Tito from 6 to 8 a.m.
Jeffrey Thidoff.
The Fan's YouTube channel, The Fan 3 on HD Radio and the Fan app. Download the Fan app today. From 10 a.m. to noon, then, we're going to be on 10 TV Plus, the free streaming app, available on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download that today. And here's the new weekday lineup on the Fan starting May 12th. 6 to 9 a.m., T-Bone and this guy to my right, Ty Pack. T-Bone and Tyvis, 6 to 9. 9 a.m. to noon, still Bishop and Friends. Noon to 3, Rothman and Ice. Those stayed the same. 3 to 6, Common Man and Timmy. 6 to 8, The Buckeye Show with Brandon Beam. So starting Monday, Brandon Beam will be in this seat. Tyvis, I believe the first time I met you was a Buckeye Show. I think we were doing a Buckeye Show together. And that was the first time I had met you. I remember you showing me a DB move. We were talking about something strategically and schematically, and you showed me how it worked. But I remember that first time we worked together was on the Buckeye Show. This show's been a lot of fun for me. It's the first show I ever hosted on a regular basis. God, 12 years ago, whatever it was. I think it was probably 12 years ago. Was the Buckeye Show.
String Bean still here?
String Bean was here. Yes, he was. So, yeah, that was the first. And so this show has always been fun for me. I've always enjoyed it. I've probably hosted this show more than any other show I've hosted here at the Fan. But you're in good hands with Beamer. He'll do a great job here. I'm sure of that as well. He'll put his he'll put his own style on this, and it'll all be great. So, but all those shows are coming up next week. Again, you can find me and Bobby. But that's the most important one, to be honest, is to make sure you find Bobby and I over there on the Fan's YouTube channel, the Fan 3 HD Radio, and the Fan app. Download the Fan app today. That's the one.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
I can't wait to see. I'll see Tyvis and Bone and Bodie in here every morning. Who's going to look the roughest on Monday? Out of all of us, okay? Now, Shark's used to it. Bobby's used to it.
I was going to say, it's not going to be Carp or Shark.
No, we'll be either one of them.
Shark actually might look great because he shouldn't have to come in as early because I'll be doing sound.
Are you doing all that other stuff?
Little peek behind the curtains. Normally, the two main things among kind of a handful of things is cutting up audio to send to our O&N affiliates and then recording 2 updates to send to them as well. Shark's still doing updates, but I'm doing the sound. So Shark shouldn't have to come in until...
Shark's semi-retired already. Exactly, that's fantastic for him. Yeah, Shark's going to look great. You kid, he's going to skip in here on Monday. Who looks the roughest out of the 4 of us? Us 3 and T-Bone. Because we're going to see each other all in the morning on Monday.
T-Bone.
You think Bone looks the roughest? What do you
guys
think?
all have kids, so it's one of you 3. I don't think it's going to be me.
I think it's going to be Bone also. I do.
I will say he's probably... Tyvis, you got the athlete background.
I'll be good.
Tito, you and I have done morning juice on a semi-regular basis. Bone is probably... Not saying he's had it easy.
No, but he's got a longer drive in.
3 to 6.
He's got a longer drive.
That's true, and he's done 3 to 6 for a long time. So,
okay, we'll put our money on Bone on that.
He's the betting favorite.
That's the betting favorite to look the worst out of all of us. So the ACC, I don't know if you remember this or not, but they did not have they only had 4 teams go in the NCAA tournament this year in college basketball, and they have now said they are going to change their conference schedule and go from playing 20 games to 18.
Oh, and conference games.
Yes, conference games. I'm sorry, conference games. They're going to go from 20 conference games to 18. The Big Ten still plays 20. And the reason they're doing that is they are trying to give teams 2 more spots for big-time non-conference games. Okay, so
I respect that.
I think that's good.
Now, the SEC need to get on that.
Well,
football-wise.
Well, the SEC need to go higher then. But, I mean, as far as conference games.
If they're going to stay at 8, then they need to make 2 of them like big-time games.
Now, the Big 12, and we all agreed, or at least most of us agreed, that the commissioner of the Big 12 did a great job and got the extensions. The only person who hates on the Big 12, hate, is Tyvis Powell.
They're just not. You're not about to sit here and tell me like they're just this great conference.
I didn't say they were great. They're better than the Pac-12 because the Pac-12 isn't around anymore.
Yes, it is.
No, the Pac-12 is not around anymore. No, it's not.
I thought
It's the Pac-2.
I thought they got teams added.
Not yet this year. Not this year. This year, it's still Oregon State and Washington State. And by the way, they're playing each other twice in the month of November. That's the Pac-2 conference schedule right there.
Who won the Pac-12 last year?
I don't even. That tells you right there. We don't know.
There's Tony Petit. Who is they?
No, it's not Petit.
George Kliakov.
I don't know. You could throw any name out there. That might also be the quarterback for Colorado. I have no idea. Whatever you said, I can't argue with you.
Whoever they commissioned, he needs, man.
The Big 12 also announced in March they're going from 20 to 18.
They hate the Big 10.
So I get it. I do. And I think whereas in football I wanted the SEC to go to 9, and I like the 9 for the Big 10 and all that, I would be fine if the Big 10 reduced to 18 as well. Only because we don't have, it used to be you played everybody in the Big 10 twice. Once home, once on the road. Doesn't happen anymore. Ohio State's only playing 3 schools twice this year, which is normal. They're playing Penn State, Wisconsin, and rival Michigan, twice. Penn State, Wisconsin, Michigan. They play each of them twice. Once home, once on the road. The rest of the conference, they just play one time. Now, Indiana was always a big deal. They were a rival of Ohio State when you had Bob Knight, the former Buckeye there, coached them and whatnot. But yeah, that was when Indiana was good every year and Ohio State was good every year, that was a big game. But there's not a need, I don't think,
for 20 games.
For 20 games.
I mean, I like the fact that they do these. What's the tournaments that we playing?
Oh, they're playing in the CBS Sports Classic, which isn't a tournament, but it's just like, they also the Battle for Atlantis. They do things like that.
I like played in the Maui.
Maui thing, yes, you're right, yeah.
I like them doing those type of things. If you want to replace a couple of games with competition like that, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. Like what the ACC's doing, going from 20 to 18, but they're playing 2 big time games.
They're trying. They're encouraging it.
Yes. I'm cool with that.
But also it gives you maybe some of the other ACC teams that are like middle of the pack. They could schedule a couple cupcakes in there, get 2 more wins, and get to that 22 wins or something like that we got there before.
Does that really matter?
I think it does. But the reason I don't care about
I feel like it's not that big of a deal in basketball like it is in football.
But with the Big Ten going, if they went back to 18 games, I'd be fine with it because we really don't care who wins the Big Ten regular season championship in the basketball.
No, you care about the tournament.
The tournament gets the automatic bid. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And so that's how you determine who the automatic bid is. And it's much more.
I don't even know who won the Big Ten this year.
The Big Ten this past year? Do you know who won the Big Ten tournament this last year there, Bodie? Was it Purdue?
I'm pretty sure it was Michigan, right?
Michigan?
I'm pretty sure.
Did they?
Yeah.
Like the tournament?
Yes. I think they beat Maryland, maybe. They beat Maryland in the process of winning it.
But we know who won the Big Ten championship in football, correct?
Yeah,
Oregon won that. So that's what I'm saying. We know that. We pay attention to that a lot more as far as who wins those things, but I don't.
The Wolverines beat Wisconsin.
Wolverines won it. They beat Wisconsin. Okay.
59.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like we don't. They scored 59. I know another guy who scored 59. Another team who scored 59 in a Big Ten championship game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beat Wisconsin.
Against Wisconsin also.
Boat raced them.
So I'm okay if the Big Ten decides that. It's just not as important in college basketball to play more conference games as it is in college football for me. So I'm okay if they change around to that. Ohio State, by the way, this year they're playing at Oregon in basketball, men's basketball, for the first time ever.
You know, is it true that Sean Stewart went?
Sean Stewart went to Oregon, yeah.
So that's going to be fun.
Yeah. I wish they were playing. Where did Aaron Bradshaw go? Did he go
Memphis.
to Memphis? That's right. I wish they were playing Memphis too, to watch him get his 2 points and no rebounds a game.
You know what? When he played Kentucky, he had one of his best games.
He did.
So if he would have played Ohio State, he probably would have played one of his better games.
They played that game in December. Peaked a little bit too early, didn't he, with that game right there? Because he didn't do much after that.
When they beat Kentucky, I was like, this team, they there.
Oh, yeah,
they there.
Me too.
And it just, went south.
Yeah, they it did go south after that. Some games that they should have won and didn't. But it'll be different this year, I would hope. And that also they're playing at Washington this year, and their road games in the Big Ten are Iowa, Maryland, Michigan State, Northwestern, Rutgers, Washington, Oregon. The last time they played at Washington was 1971. Their home games are against Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, Nebraska, Purdue, UCLA, and USC. UCLA will be coming here for the first time since 1968. That's probably the Lou Alcindor / Kareem Abdul-Jabbar years, I think, that year in 68.
Since UCLA came to Columbus?
Since UCLA came to Columbus. And USC is coming to Columbus for the first time since 1997.
See, that'd be crazy that it take that long to...
Well, I mean, they haven't, it's the first time, the second year of the conference, so where they have more likely to play.
You got a point there.
I mean, Ohio State's played UCLA in that CBS Sports Classic, before they joined the conference again. Like Ohio State has had to play UCLA before. But the USC thing, first time since 97. But I like that part of it. I just don't need a home and home with Penn State and Wisconsin. If you just want to take it and put, if you want to play 18 conference games and play one team twice and play everybody, whatever, if you want to do it that way, I'm fine with that. If you're gonna schedule a couple of tougher opponents in there, maybe like they talk about, maybe some premium non-conference opponents, you can put that in there. If it lets you play in another tournament somewhere in the preseason, I'm fine with that as well. All right, coming up in 2 minutes, it looks like Nick Saban might be leading a charge to fix college athletics. What needs to change? We'll hear about that next. This is the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Donato's is bringing you huge savings on a large pizza. For a limited time, get any large one-topping Donato's pizza for just $10.99 when you order online and pick it up. That's right, just $10.99. I'm going with that pepperoni. But hey, you pick your favorite topping, then pick up your large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 when you order online using promo code PICKUP. That's promo code PICKUP. Pick up your Donato's and save today.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Block O on the radio. This is the Buckeye Show.
It is the Buckeye Show. Tito, Tyvis, Bodie with you. So, Tyvis, and just so everyone knows, when you're listening out there, I'm not going to talk politics. It's a polarizing subject.
Way to.
I'm just telling you, I'm not
put
going to
that disclaimer out.
I'm just saying that.
Smart man.
Former Alabama coach Nick Saban met with Donald Trump, and now Saban is expected to co-chair a commission that looks into college athletics, along with a businessman from Texas named Cody Campbell. He is the founder of Texas Tech's Matador Club NIL Collective. He's chairman of the Texas Tech Board of Regents. And those two are going to co-chair something that Trump is, according to The Athletic, this report they said, a source talked to The Athletic, he's very engaged with the commission because he sees the current state of college sports as an issue of national importance. I don't think it's an issue of national importance. I think there's, not getting political,
Is that part of making America great again, Tito?
Yeah, it's also
okay.
It's MAXA, make America's college sports great again. So anyway, so Tyvis, I know they're talking about something where maybe there's the monetary side of things and some more regulation, but like, what do you think? Or is there something you think? It's like, man, they've got to fix this in college sports that would go to this kind of level. Something they couldn't figure out on their own or couldn't figure out through, working within the college ranks and the college presidents. Is there something out there you think that is so bad in college athletics they need to, like, they've kind of gotten rid of, unless you're Michigan, they've gotten rid of the under-the-table stuff?
I mean, because it's legal now. So
right. That's what I'm saying. There's not.
Stuff. I think there's only like 3 problems.
All right, let's see it.
I think.
All right.
The calendar.
Right.
Is probably number 1 on every.
Which is what Ross Bjork's talked about.
Yeah, you talk to Ross, you talk to any coach in college, everybody says that the calendar needs to be adjusted.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be pushed up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1.
All right.
The next problem is the transfer portal.
Okay.
When it is. Yep. Because you're doing it at the conclusion of the regular season, and it's affecting postseason.
Right.
Like, obviously, the Penn State situation, if Drew Aller goes down, they have no backup quarterback.
Right.
Like, they're
screwed, yeah.
That's a problem. So the transfer portal needs to be adjusted.
Thank God we don't have expectations of Penn State to play beyond their first game.
There should probably be one, and it should probably be in the spring.
Yep. I think Ross Bjork said maybe May.
Or whenever the season, after the championship game.
Yeah.
That's when. So that's 2. And then the last one for fans will probably be cap on NIL. I think Deion might have said something like that. I think I seen Deion come out and say, like, they should put a cap on NIL. Like, certain players, this is as much as you can get in NIL. Which I'm not a fan of. If somebody gonna keep paying kids,
right? Then
take the money.
Right, absolutely, yeah.
But I understand how some colleges is like, well, we can't afford to do that, so blah blah blah.
The price of doing business in. You know what I mean? Then go to FCS or go down to the old Division I AA if you want to do that. Then I think those are 3 issues, but I think that they can be solved without Saban and Cody Campbell. You know what I mean? Like, I think that
I agree. But then I think that the problem right now with all of the people, like even the CFP, like they have other jobs. Like, these are athletic directors.
Sure.
So like, you don't have one person whose only job is football, like governing football, because you got other obligations. So I think this is the one role. I guess they're creating a role where that's all you got is governing football. That's it. You ain't got to worry about basketball, baseball. No, your job is just football. We're paying you to govern football. And I think maybe that's why they're Nick Saban, because he's got experience doing it. He's been in it before, blah, 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 blah. So I think that's why he would be perfect for this job. But that's my only reason, and I could see them doing it.
I think Saban's first order of business will be any school that starts and ends with the letter A gets unlimited money and unlimited scholarships. And an automatic berth in the CFP. But I'm just saying, the calendar thing, though, can be easily fixed. I think Bjork said like a 2-week period in May. Let's do it that way. After spring football's over, after it's all over with, have a 2-week period in May where the transfer portal is open for everybody. Ohio State and Notre Dame both got screwed this year a little bit because of that. Penn State could have if they had a coach that knew how to coach big-time games. No offense, James Franklin, but offense to you, James Franklin and Drew Aller. But even Ohio State, like with the calendar, got screwed the other way, too, where the fact that they were in class before Ohio State played Texas. Ohio State's classes had started up. And you probably don't know this, but student athletes have limits on how much they can practice when class is in session, when the class is going on.
Wait a minute.
What?
Everybody not on semesters? Some people still on quarters?
Texas started later. I don't know if they might be special, but Texas started later than Ohio State did. Ohio State started in January right there, and there was before the Texas game. And there's limits, there's rules. You can only practice like this many hours in the week. Maybe it's 20 or whatever it is. I don't know what the number is or the number of day.
In Texas stink then because they
well,
they
now you can apply for a waiver. But Ohio State, when they travel to the bowl game, because classes are going on, they had to fly out additionally all these different academic advisors and tutors, whereas Texas didn't have to worry about that. And Texas could practice a lot more than Ohio State. Ohio State, I'm sure, applied for a waiver. Maybe they got it. I'm not sure. But that's an advantage Texas had over Ohio State.
It's those classes. Knowing we ain't come here to play no school.
Right.
It's holding us back.
See, and I wasn't gonna say negative about you, Tyvis, but I knew I had to tell you that because you weren't sure about rules regarding classes in football season.
I mean,
look, I know. You just go into your console, get a couple $100 bills out, and you're good to go.
No, class was something that I took very seriously until I graduated.
Well, yeah,
like my last season at Ohio State.
What'd you take, like basket weaving and golf? No, you didn't take golf. We know you didn't take golf. My bad.
I took whatever. It didn't matter because I had my degree already. So it was like.
But you had to take classes.
I had to take classes, and I had to take 12 credit hours. And the worst thing, this was the worst advice I got.
What's that?
I'm sitting in my apartment. Obviously, everybody knows I room with Cardell. Right. And I was telling Cardell, like, I forgot. I had a bunch of online classes. I was like, man, I forgot all about these classes. And he goes say.
Let's wait. Think about it. Before you say something, don't get us vacating wins. That was a great season.
No, this has nothing to do with that.
All right.
No. He says, all you need is 6 credit hours. You need to pass 6 credit hours to be bowl eligible. So he was like, basically he was saying, out of your 4 classes, you only need to pass 2.
Just pass 2 of them.
And I was like, yeah, you got a point there.
Did you pass all 4 classes?
I did pass all 4 classes.
But you don't remember what they were?
I had a turf management class. I can't remember what the other 3 was. I had one class that I had to like actually go to. The other 3 was online.
Was one of them like football coaching?
No, was that one of them? I don't remember what they were. I just remember the turf class because that was the hardest one.
The turf class was?
It was hard. That one was hard.
Who taught that? Did somebody?
It was online.
Oh, jeez.
So you pretty much taught yourself. It was difficult. Turf
I was going to say. So you put down the EA Sports game. You put down whatever you were playing, Madden or whatever, to have it on in the background.
Yeah,
that's what you did.
Yep.
Did Cardale pass all his classes? Let's do a deep dive here.
He was eligible.
I understand. You could have flunked 2 and been eligible, right? Did Cardale?
I'm pretty sure Cardale passed his class.
I don't want to ask him. Listen,
the next time I see him, I'm gonna ask him.
Listen, I'm afraid.
There's no way that Cardale didn't pass them classes.
By the way, if he didn't, I don't want to. Listen, I don't want to take it away. I'm not going to be that guy.
I'm pretty sure he passed his class, but he gave me terrible advice, which was true. So,
well, at least you learned from that and stopped hanging out with him.
And we knew we was leaving after that year too. So, but the thing is, I was in a different boat. I had my degree already, so it was like it really don't matter. For him, he was still trying to get his degree, so he better have passed them classes.
Oh, he did just fine, I think. He did the most important thing, which is quarterback the team to a national championship. That trumps degrees.
No.
That does. Yes, it does.
No.
You tell me, wait, you're more proud of your degree than you are winning the national championship?
That's right.
Tyvis does lie on the air now, Bodie. Bodie, what would you rather have? A national championship
He got a degree from
I'm understanding. What would you rather have, though? Would you rather be the defensive MVP and win the national championship or a degree?
If we're talking Notre Dame.
Okay, that's fine.
We're going to take the national championship.
Degree at Notre Dame is very prestigious.
If we can, we can get that later.
You can get it. Yeah, right. You always go back and get it.
Got the rest of your life.
Right, exact. Tyvis, I don't believe you that you really think that. I think it's noble of you to say it.
You know, it's crazy. I use my degree every day.
What's your degree in?
Sports administration, sports industry.
How do you use that here? This is nothing administrative.
I'm in sports media.
You're not administering anything here.
I'm an analyst.
You're sitting eating popcorn and drinking Gatorade Zero and letting me carry the show. What's that? Did they have you do that? Okay, Tyvis, your assignment today is sit there, let the guy next to you do all the work, and you eat popcorn and drink Gatorade Zero. A+, Tyvis.
What are you trying to fat shame me?
I'm not trying to fat shame. I'm trying to work shame you. No, I'm not trying to fat shame you.
So now I'm not working.
No, I'm not saying you're not working. I'm working harder.
No, you're not.
Oh, whatever. Stan says Tyvis, the greenskeeper at Muirfield. That's his next job. He'll administer that out there.
You know what? I do want to get a milkshake this year.
See that right there? We're talking about being a greenskeeper, and you go straight to. Have you had the milkshake yet?
I've never had it.
Oh, they're good.
That's what I hear. So
Gerber got me one last year. Gerb got one for me and for DeVere last year. I
want to try the milkshake because I hear everybody keeps ranting and raving about it.
Dude, I'm telling you, those milkshakes.
Which flavor did you get?
I got I think it was a cookies and cream is the one I got.
Really, that sounds delightful.
Don't ever say delightful to another man again. But yes, it was delightful. It was very good. Yes, I enjoyed it. And I hope you get this one. I mean, and the other day, Tim was sitting here. He was drinking one right in front of me.
I seen Nicole had Instagram. She had one, and that's what made me. It was like, oh, look at that. I got to get one.
Must be nice. All right, coming up next, we'll wrap things up with hashtag Buckeyes, Buckeye Show on the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Hey, it's Anthony. You know what the slogan is at the Good Feet store? Good feet, good life. Friends have asked me, how are my personally fit arch supports different from the inserts and insoles they can buy online or in department stores? There are big differences. My Good Feet arch supports are designed to provide me firm yet flexible function. What does that do? They actually help correct poor foot biomechanics, which leads to providing me long-term pain relief. I was also the guy who thought, well, if I buy good shoes, my feet won't hurt. It wasn't a bad thought. A lot of people think shoes are always the problem, when in reality, it's often the foot that goes into the shoe that's the real source of discomfort. When I got my personally fit Good Feet arch supports, my feet felt stabilized. The pain and discomfort went away. For more than 30 years, the Good Feet store has helped thousands of people just like me discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. They're on Stringtown Road in Grove City or Polaris Parkway. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, community banking is the lifeblood of the American financial system, building strong, lasting relationships. We're just better able to help guide you down life's road. Flexibility is paramount to success. Community banking is alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb. Come on over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Starting next Monday, Morning Juice is going digital. You can watch on the Fan's YouTube channel or listen on the Fan 3 starting at 6. Plus, you can watch the show each morning at 10 on the free 10 TV Plus app starting on Monday.
Hi there, I'm Ryan Reynolds, and like most actors, I have a list of things that I like to have on set. It's called a rider. It's just little things like wind chimes being blown by a easterly breeze, a 7-year-old calico cat to purr on my lap, and, of course, 2 freshly cracked eggs scrambled with crispy hash brown sausage crumble and creamy chipotle sauce from Tim Hortons. It smells amazing. Now, where did I put that hand-carved wooden spoon? From my rider to Tim's menu, try my new scrambled eggs loaded breakfast box.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants.
It's time for the Great Haircut Sale at your local Great Clips salon. Your chance to get a great haircut at an even greater price, just $7.99. And money's not all you'll save at Great Clips. When you use online check-in, you can save time too. So download our app today and hurry in for the $7.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great. For a limited time at participating salons.
The $7.99 Great Haircut Sale runs May 3rd through May 9th.
Visit our Columbus area salons.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by the Waterworks. Call the plumbing, heating, and cooling technicians at the Waterworks and header today. Call 614-232-2222. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Oh, it's the final segment of the program. Look, I'm not going to do the whole big goodbye thing because I don't know if I will ever. There's a good chance I can host the Buckeye Show again at some point. I doubt you and I, Tyvis, work together on the Buckeye Show again. Like I said, unless we fail miserably and they bring us back in as just substitutes at some point. But anyway, I do want to say, Tyvis, I'm not the easiest guy to work with. I've appreciated all this time with you and the fact that you let me be me, and it's been a pleasure doing all these shows with you over the last few years.
Likewise. It's been always fun. Anytime I see working with Tito, it's like, okay, I know we're going to get some good. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have some good laughs. And it was always fun. Obviously, I know you and Bobby's going to be, y'all going to have a wonderful show over there full of laughs. I'm going to have to check it out when it comes on 10 TV Plus, just so I can
be working, yeah.
Because I can't, obviously, I can't see it.
Right.
So I'm going to be able to go back and look at that and just see some of the laughs and just the knowledge that both of you two will have and drop. Plus, it's nice that you two guys have worked together on Morning Juice all those years. So y'all got the natural chemistry there. And Bobby's one of the best in the business, especially when it comes to breakdowns, analyzing things. You know, he teaches the game really well. So, yeah, it's going to be really nice. It's like I said, I got some big shoes to fill on the morning radio side, trying to replace him. But Bobby's irreplaceable. He's such a legend in this town and at this station. I can't replace him, but I'm going to do my best to try to follow him up, I should say.
Well, it's and Bobby and Beamer have done a fantastic job on that show for a while now. I know they've I love listening to them when I check them out, and Beam's great also. Beam's great on the Buckeye Show, and also thank you to you, Bodie, for all your work. I bug you almost every time before I do a show with some things, and you always come through with it. And you're a true pro. And
I got away from everybody but him.
I was saying
you can't get rid of me.
I say
like a cockroach.
T-Bone and Tyvis are
again.
You're a cockroach. How many times are you going to fire me? But I have been killed so many times. I'm like 50 Cent over here. I've been shot 9 times. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. But Bodie, it's good for T-Bone and Tyvis to have you along. So that's fantastic. It's good. That'll be a great show as well. Yes, I can't wait for all of that. And well deserved by you, Tyvis, for all your hard work. And I'm glad you'll be doing something and getting your butt up early Monday through Friday. It's gonna
I can't wait to walk in this building and see what you look like.
Oh, dude, listen to me.
If you going through, I'm about to get me some sunflower seeds. I will tell you that. If I gotta have a bag just in case I'm feeling it. Like I need some.
What does sunflower seeds do?
Keep you awake.
They do?
What? Because you got to keep spitting.
Wait, you're gonna be spitting on the show?
No, I would do it in the commercial breaks though. It's that salt. That salt will get to you. You'll be alert.
I get the chocolate covered espresso beans. That's what I get. No, it's like it's caffeine there. You can do that.
I'm not a caffeine guy.
You don't have to spit it out either.
Well, I'm not a caffeine guy. Like I don't drink coffee. I don't do energy drinks.
I know.
You either got it or you don't.
Okay, we're gonna go there, I guess.
Just saying.
This is probably the last time I'll ever be able to do this.
How do you think you displayed your hands today?
I ain't drop a ball. I started to go out there and one-handed because I know people be trying to play me sometimes. So I just want to go out there and catch everything in sight. Didn't drop no money today.
I love doing that. I've played that sound more than any sound I've ever played on any radio show. I've played it way too much. But anyway, that's one of my favorite ones. So hashtag Buckeyes. You want to go first or second there?
I'll go first. I was looking at this tweet. So there's this account called NFL Rookie Watch. And the person that they highlight is Julian Sang. And it says that he has the absolute cannon for a right arm. Several personnel around the Ohio State football program reportedly believe Sang has, quote unquote, wrapped up the quarterback competition, even though the QB1 has not been officially named. Multiple NFL scouts reportedly believe he's a lot of Bryce Young as well as Drew Brees to Sang's game. One AFC scout even reportedly believes Sang has a higher ceiling than Justin Fields did at Ohio State. If all goes to plan, Sang's first game as the Buckeyes QB1 will come against Arch Manning Popcorn. And they just got a video of him throwing the ball, and he does throw a really good ball. He got a very quick release, and that ball kind of just snaps out of his hands. So, yeah, he has all the intangibles to be a really good quarterback, and I'm excited to see what him and Lincoln do in the fall.
Wow. That's pretty high praise there, Bodie, isn't it?
Justin Fields, honestly, for all the good quarterbacks Ohio State's had in recent memory, I think he'd probably be number one if you look at just what he did at Ohio State. Obviously, I know NFL career hasn't gone as well for him there, but he was pretty damn good, both on the air.
Ceiling.
And
Haskins was pretty good.
Haskins was very good. C.J. Stroud
he
hasn't
has
been
a
too
higher ceiling than Justin Fields.
We will see.
National championship, here we go. You heard it right there.
The way they talking, it better be.
That's got me. You know what?
That's got me juiced.
I was going to say that. That's got me juiced. You can catch Morning Juice, by the way, from 6 to 8 a.m. On the Fan's YouTube channel, the Fan 3 on HD Radio, and the Fan app. Download the app today. It's the last time I will promote that on the Buckeye Show. My hashtag Buckeye by the Buckeyes, by the way, is from the Ohio State softball Twitter feed at Ohio State SB. Now, the tournament, the Big Ten tournaments in West Lafayette, Purdue snuck in there as the 12 seed. Only the top 12 got in, I believe it was. But they snuck in. The host team, they won their first game against, I think it was Northwestern, was the 5 seed. Now they're playing Ohio State. Ohio State got a 3-run homer by Regan Milliken. Or Regan Milliken, one or the other. Milliken hit a 3-run homer, though, in the first inning. Ohio State's up 4-0 in that game in the Big Ten tournament.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really nice.
That's something we should do on the Buckeye Show. We give love to other sports that aren't just football. But
I think we do a great job of spreading love.
I think we do as well.
We've talked to lacrosse. We've talked to softball. We talked to baseball. Soccer. Actually, on this show, I've actually talked to quite a lot of coaches that I never thought that I would talk to. Golf.
It's amazing how good Ohio State is, how competitive they are in so many different sports.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't always get the attention they should get because football obviously drives everything. Then you talk about men's basketball, women's basketball, and then you've got the other sports after that. But there are some sports that Ohio State, like, they're just damn good in every single year. I love the wrestling program, the swimming, you know, all those things. The women's tennis still alive, I believe. They're still alive. They're playing LSU, I think, this weekend. Yeah, lacrosse, they're hosting Bodie's Irish. Bodie will probably be out there. It's Mother's Day at noon, and Bodie will probably be out there. Do you think Bodie would be out there wearing a leprechaun outfit or not, like the Notre Dame mascot?
That dude there, he would do that.
I think he would too.
Yeah,
I saved that for fall Saturdays.
Yeah. Okay. You got any Notre Dame games on your schedule this year you're going to?
Got some stuff planned out. Yep.
Not going to tell us who?
TBD.
Okay.
Tickets go on sale later on this month.
Oh, they do?
Tune in to T-Bone and Tyvis. I'll let you know whatever day that is. May 30th, I think they go on sale. May 29th.
If we get news of it on the Morning Juice, we'll do it 6 to 8 a.m. on the Fan's YouTube channel, the Fan 3 on HD Radio, and the Fan app. Download the Fan app today. There, Bodie will break the news over there as well. Tyvis, it has been a pleasure, my friend. What do you got planned for the weekend? Anything big? Are you doing the Buckeye Show tomorrow with Tim?
No, I'm doing Man and Bone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Last one of those
too. Just shutting down everything.
This weekend, obviously Mother's Day is Sunday, so I'm going up to see my mom, see my mother-in-law, spend time with them. You know how it goes.
I'm in here for Fan Sports Sunday this week, so my wife is not happy about that I did not ask for that Sunday off. She is not that.
What time is Fan Sports Sunday? 10 to 1?
No, it's 12. It's noon until about 1:30. I think because we're out early because of the Reds game.
Oh, well,
but still, though,
that's not bad.
Well, but my
she wanted to go to lunch.
My stepdaughter, she's got brunch reservations at 11, thinking I was going to be off, and I'm not.
Gotcha.
So. And I'm going to play golf on Saturday, so it's Happy Mother's Day, sweetheart. Other than that, though, I'm all in on the wife and the mother thing there on that one. So thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you, Tyvis. Thank you, Bodie. As always, make sure you stick around. We're going to join the Reds and Braves in progress next. 97.1 The Fan.
Matty Ice is currently bathing himself in creamy jalapeno dip. And I've officially run out of ways to tease this show. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye meal at BK. For $20, you'll get 1 juicy flame grilled Whopper sandwich, 1 original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. And no matter what tasty choice you make, our low prices add up to big savings. Plus, you get over $600 in digital coupons each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump and points. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Ohio State National Champions. Celebrate the 9th National Championship in Ohio State history with an heirloom quality timepiece handcrafted by Oxia Time. Available in a broad range of styles and prices to appeal to that true Buckeye fan. If you want something extra special, check out the limited edition Ryan Day autographed box sets. These exclusive box sets won't be available long. Act fast and get yours before they are gone for good. All watches tell time. These tell the time of your life. Order yours today at AXIAtime.com.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have time to rehab a surgery and an operation at this point in my life. I didn't want to take time off my kids' activities.
That's why former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter turned to QC Kinetics. We couldn't be happier saving our patients like him from operating rooms and long recoveries.
Been able to resume like normal activity for me, which is a lot of running. It's a lot of workouts. I've been very, very blessed with how it's been able to hold up.
For so long, patients have accepted surgery as the only solution. But with new technologies, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics use regenerative treatments, your body's own biologics, to help heal and restore knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
I actually ran into a friend of mine over at our golf course, and he had his knee done. It felt so well. He'd got his shoulder done. He goes, I can't thank you enough. He'd heard the commercial on the air, and so it's feeling great.
Find out how you can avoid surgery and finally get relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380.